Hey everybody, today I want to tell you about The Behaviour of Moths by Poppy Adams. This book is one of the books I brought back from London mainly because it was very cheap, I think 10 cents, and because of the cover. I really like the house and the moths are down here, and you should say I could have expected a book about moths. But for some reason I didn't. But it's not only a book about moths, it's more a book about a family or a family saga, and they are a little obsessed with moths. Like with hunting, collecting and researching them. So this book is told by the last descendant of this family, Virginia, and she lives in the mansion that the whole family has lived in for, I think, around about 200 years. And she's the last survivor, sort of that family. The only other person who's still alive is her younger sister, Vivian. So the story starts with Vivian coming back to the mansion to live with her older sister, Virginia. And they haven't talked in 40-something years. So, of course, Virginia is completely shocked why she wants to come back, what she wants there. And Vivian's appearance in their old family home sets Virginia thinking and remembering their life together. And that's what's really interesting about this book. The story of the two sisters and the close family, their mother and their father. And I really like that. The story is told by Virginia, and there is something wrong with her. While you're reading, you totally have the feeling that there's something off. She is in her 70s, but her narrative voice sort of feels like she's a small child telling the story. And as you continue reading, you start to realize that Virginia is not the most reliable narrator, because the things she sees, she doesn't really understand everything correctly. And she keeps telling you that she's very unemotional, that she's very scientific, and that she had this doctor when she was younger and she always had to play card games with him and all these things. And slowly you start to realize that there's something not completely right with Virginia. And that makes everything much more interesting, like her life story and the relationships they have among each other in that family. And that's what kept me reading, because there were a lot of passages where they talked about moths and the breeding of moth and how to catch moth and stuff about moth, which I wasn't really interested in. No. But the family story was very interesting. It was very interesting to see how the two sisters had different perspectives or opinions of the way the parents treated them. Like, each thought that the other was preferred. The other two main characters in the book are the mother Maud and the father Clive. And it's interesting how Virginia sees them and how she portrays them. And you have to read a lot between the lines to really get who these people are. And sometimes Vivian's opinion or Vivian's thoughts and perspective help you, but you never get them out of Vivian's point of view. You only get them through conversations they have. So that is very interesting. For the most part of the book, you were kind of reading between the lines, second guessing the narrator, and that was really interesting and well done. Overall, I have to say this book is very well written, despite the fact that it is in parts very boring, because if you don't care about moth, you won't be interested in that. And I sometimes wish that I could scan a book, but I can't. I always have to read every word. Sometimes it's annoying when you know the words are moth and different kinds of moth and sulfur and cyanide and blah blah blah. Anyways, I was very surprised by this book. In the beginning I had some problems getting into it because I was confused about the narrative voice and everything. But as I got reading, it got really addictive. And by the end I was really sucked into the story. I really liked the way how she ended the book. It was very surprising. I didn't expect any of that. This is some really nice adult fiction. It gives you an insight into a family's life and into different characters. Really like that. Thank you for watching and have a very nice weekend. Bye-bye. I said something smart and now I don't remember. Should take notes before I do this. What kind of sound is that? Pigeons in the wall.